You are listening to the Novel Writing Podcast, episode 157. I'm your host, Colleen Mitchell. Grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. Today's episode is going to be a list of the writing craft books that I have found particularly useful over the years, and some of the ones that I've bought on the recommendation of other writers but haven't yet had a chance to dig into. Any of these books are great options for gifts, whether it's a gift to yourself or a gift to an author friend. So let's dive in. First off are the Outlining, Structure, Character, and Plot books by K.M. Weiland. The first one is Outlining Your Novel, and this one comes with a workbook. Then there is Structuring Your Novel, which also comes with a workbook. There's her Creating Character Arcs book, which also comes with a workbook. There's also Writing Your Story's Theme, Conquering Writer's Block and Summoning Inspiration. Then there is Writing Archetype Character Arcs, which pairs pretty nicely with the Creating Character Arcs book. And then she has 5 Secrets of Story Structure, and her newest book is Next Level Plot Structure. K.M. Weiland also hosts the Helping Writers Become Authors podcast, which I highly recommend. Next up are the Writing Thesauruses by Angela Ackerman and Becca Puglisi, which I've mentioned several times before on this podcast. The Emotion Thesaurus, the Rural Setting Thesaurus, the Urban Setting Thesaurus, the Emotional Wound Thesaurus, the Positive Trait Thesaurus, the Negative Trait Thesaurus, and the Conflict Thesaurus Volumes 1 and 2. These thesauruses are extraordinarily helpful for writing good stories, good characters, and good settings. The Emotion Thesaurus in particular is my number one recommendation inside our coaching and critique group, especially when writers are struggling with writing the physicalities of emotion, which is how you show a character feeling emotion, rather than telling the reader that a character is feeling that way. Next up are the Write Great Fiction books, and in no particular order, these are Characters, Emotion, and Viewpoint, Plot and Structure, Revision and Self-Editing, Description and Setting, and Dialogue. And I've actually had the Dialogue book since childhood. It was a gift during my early writing years, and I'm pretty sure it was my first ever writing craft book. Here are some more books that have been helpful or ones that I look forward to reading. The Anatomy of Genres, On Writing by Stephen King, and this one is a timeless book on craft and widely recommended by pretty much every writer that I meet. It is also the number one top-rated writing craft book on Amazon. Then there's The Making of a Story by Alice LaPlante, and that one is really, really thick, so make sure you have a lot of time to read that one and work through a lot of the exercises that she has in that book. Then there's Fight Right and Fight Right Round 2. These are specifically for writing fight scenes, and I actually met the author of these at Author Nation, which was really cool. Then there's the Save the Cat Writes a Novel book. This is by Jessica Brody, and there are a bunch of other different Save the Cat books, like Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel, Save the Cat Writes a Screenplay. All of the Save the Cat books are basically about story structure and how to write something called a beat sheet, which helps you pace your novel in a way that works for all sorts of genres. Then there's another classic, which is called Strunk and White's Elements of Style. Another one, Write Your Novel from the Middle by James Scott Bell. And then there's On Writing and World Building, which has 3 volumes. Welcome to the Writer's Life. And then the last one that I'll mention is the Trope Thesaurus. And this one is especially useful for understanding both what tropes are and how to use them on purpose, or flip them on their heads, in order to write stories that will really resonate with your readers. There are 4 books in the Trope Thesaurus series, and 3 of them are genre-specific for horror, romance, and then sci-fi fantasy. While I'm sure that there are others that do not immediately spring to mind, these are the ones that I've had on my shelves, both digital and physical, and which I look to for answers when I have questions about writing craft, or if I just want to learn a little bit more about a specific thing. You can find an endless number of supportive craft books just from a simple Amazon search. I think when I did it, it pulled up over 70,000 results. But where I always start is with Save the Cat, with K.M. Weiland's books, and the thesauruses, specifically the Emotion Thesaurus. You'll be able to find Amazon links or website links to all of these craft books by going to our blog at tallyinc.com and searching for the post with this podcast title. So that's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining me, and remember, the first draft is supposed to be garbage. Thanks for listening to the Novel Writing Podcast. If you're ready to stop struggling and start finishing your novel, check out the 60-Day Novel Writing Challenge. It's a step-by-step program designed for solo writers to complete their first draft with clarity and focus. Visit the link in the description to learn more.